elements of design in the decorator's voice. I'm a certified interior decorator, professional organizer, and planning and productivity strategist. And on today's show, we're going to talk about the importance of meal planning and meal prepping. So, meal planning and meal prepping are actually two different things. Although they can go hand in hand, you can meal plan without necessarily meal prepping. So, for one, let's kind of get started. Meal planning is not just making a list of what you're going to cook. I mean, that is good. That is, a good plan. I will never fault anyone for, the beginning stages of it. But we're going to go a little bit deeper into it. We're going to talk about how you can save money, save time, and basically, time is money, to be honest. So, when you're meal prepping and when you're meal planning, you're taking that next step. So, what I like to do is actually sit down and decide what I want to make for the previous or the following week. So, in thinking about what I'm going to make, one of the main things you want to do is decide on what you need to purchase. So, go into your refrigerator and your pantry and see exactly what items you need after you've created your menu, of course. So, you create your menu, you decide what you're going to make Monday through Friday. Also, keep in mind that you need to plan your snacks and then also plan for leftovers and lunch. A lot of times we really don't think about that. So sometimes you may want to cook extra, that way you can have leftovers. So like I said before, you want to go through your kitchen and go through your pantry and see what frozen foods you have, whatever frozen meats you have that are available, see what other staple items that you have. Now, the goal is to utilize what you have first. You don't want to just keep a rump roast in the freezer that one day you're going to cook, but you're just too busy to get around to it because time will go on and go on, and then soon it may get old, it may get freezer burned, and you've just wasted money and time. So get your list together of all the things you need, everything from the seasonings to the main items, and then also your side dishes as well. So there are one of three ways that you can actually go about getting the additional items you need. You can just make your list online or make your list and go to the store and purchase it. You can actually do like a store pickup. You can make your list online, do the store pickup, and have it just drive up and they'll put in your car for you. Or you can utilize a service like Amazon Fresh where they will actually deliver the items to you to your home. And most times in 2 hours, if you place your order early enough, you can get those grocery items delivered to your home within 2 hours. So if you are familiar with Amazon Fresh, and this is a Prime item, I will link the information for Amazon Fresh below in the description box. So now what you have these items, what are you going to do? This is where the meal prepping comes into place. I do meal planning. I don't do as much meal prepping as I should because there's also a few ways to meal prep. One thing you can do is gather all of your like items together. Say, for example, you're going to have a Taco Tuesday. So you can gather all of the taco items that you want. You can have your ground beef, your salsa mix, your seasoning, your taco shells, or fajita, whatever you want to do. Lettuce, tomato, peppers, just anything for your tacos. You can actually gather them together, put them in a brown bag or a plastic bag or whatever, and then sit it on the shelf. And then when that day comes, you can have it. Or in your pantry area, you can have just, a little section, a little cubby with all of those items for that. Another thing you can do is actually cook all of your meals ahead of time and then put them in those little divided dishes. So I will link a set that I use below. I love the divided dishes that have three compartments. Yes, you may not always use the three compartments, but let's say, for example, you have two items. Well, you can just put, double up two smaller sections with whatever you want. But if you have a one section, you can't divide it up. You're just stuck with that one section. So you can always put the same item in two sections, but you can't put three items without them mixing in one section. So I will link the ones that I use below. I love them. They reheat evenly and they're just great. So anywho, some people, what they'll do is they'll make all of their food for the week on maybe a Sunday. And that does work because if you're like me or you're like many people, when you get off of work, you just don't have the time to cook a full meal. This way is great. You can just go into your refrigerator or go into your freezer and you will have that meal already prepared. You just put it in the microwave. You don't have to cook the exact same thing for, all 5 days. Maybe you can make, a salmon dish, a spaghetti dish, a turkey breast dish, or whatever you want to do, and you just have all of those plates. And you can even use those plates for lunch the next day. You can freeze it for a future meal. You can give it to a neighbor that maybe single and doesn't have home cooked meals that often. I mean, there's just so many different things you can do, and you can save a lot of time and money by pre-making those meals. Another thing people do are those freezer meals. Now, this is actually something I haven't did much of, but I do want to get into it. And this is where you have everything and you prepare it and put it in the freezer, or freezer crock pot meals actually. And all you have to do is put that item in the crock pot that next morning or that night before, and bam, you have a whole meal. So one of the things that I'm really interested in is trying to find some better crock pot recipes. Now, I love my pot roast, and that's basically the only thing that I use my crock pot for. So I'm not really a goulash person. I don't like turkey chili. Oh no, I do like turkey chili. I don't like tetrazzini. So I know there's many other recipes that you can do with the crock pot, but I just haven't found any that I'm interested in. So if you have a good crock pot recipe, please leave it in the comment section below. So anywho, these tips and suggestions are really meant to help you save time and money and actually think more about meal planning and meal prepping because we have so many things on our plate, and to be able to save time and also save money by meal prepping, that will give us more time to do other things like spend time with our children, work on our business, clean our house, or just anything. So we don't want to waste all of our time just cooking every single day if we don't have to, or we come home and we don't have anything prepared, or we don't even have an idea what we're going to make. Then the first thing we do is go to our phone and do one of those meal service apps, which they are good. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I have done an Uber Eats or a DoorDash, and I'll leave those links below if you need a coupon code for those as well. But sometimes having prepared meals or having a plan for your meal, it is actually more beneficial because you're eating more healthy. So, anywho, I hope these tips really help you. I want to thank you for tuning into this channel. If you like content like this, please give this video a thumbs up and then also subscribe. I'm also going to leave a link below to a blog post where I actually talk more in detail about the meal planning and meal prepping if you want additional information. So, thank you very much and have a divine day. Goodbye.